Morning, everybody. Morning, 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 morning. See, you doing,
Good
dude?
morning.
I just dropped off the baby goats.
All
Oh yeah,
right.
oh yeah. School.
Ah,
Yep.
uh,
What you doing?
I gotta do some yard work.
You're yard work,
Yeah.
isn't it like 6 o'clock where you're at?
No, it's almost 9.
Oh, are you on the East Coast, CJ?
I'm in Indiana, Midwest,
Oh, okay.
but
So
yeah,
yeah,
more east.
you're literally just on the edge of the
Yeah.
time zone.
Yeah.
Where in Indiana are you from, dude?
The west side of Indianapolis.
Oh, okay. You Colts fan?
I used to be back when like Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne were
Oh
there.
yeah, 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 yeah. I get it. I get it. Morning, Bill. Did you get your coffee?
Real weird.
Oh yeah, I had my coffee. I've been up, took a shower, 6:30. Got into two
Yeah.
quick short lives, listened to the word, prayed, and
Nice.
got into Psalms 138, giving thanks.
There you go.
Boy, because if it wasn't for him,
Yep. That's right.
sorry, I'm in the middle of something. I'll be right back.
Oh, you're good. I'm just driving to work right now, so
Oh,
nothing, nothing to see here. Oh boy.
oh yeah.
Ba-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
What's up, guys and gals?
What up? God bless. Good morning, brother.
We're all
I feel
amazing
you
this
making.
morning.
Y'all better
Yeah.
be amazing. If you're not amazing, that's your fault. Let me make that real clear. If you are not doing
Yes,
amazing, it
sir.
is your fault. You are in your feelings, and you need to do the opposite of the movie Austin Powers. You need to not let something get in your belly. You need to get out of your belly.
Yeah.
Lori
I love it.
Lori said, I can hear. Oh, y'all thought y'all were having a problem hearing or what? Let's see.
Yep.
Well, I can hear now. Ah, well, all right.
All right, all right, all right.
All right, then. Oh, man. Yeah, so my dogs got into it sometime last night without me hearing it. And old Trotter, he man, he kind of got the best of old Coopinator down there. I should have known something happened when he come in later last night, but I didn't. Just by looking at both of them, I guarantee it. They were probably getting it for about 5 minutes. I guarantee it.
They were wrestling with each other or what?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, they were. Because when it's always if you have two dogs and they're outside, if you don't see them for a few hours, and you know you go back outside or whatnot, and you see them and they both look like they've been licked by cows, that's how you know they've been fighting. If you don't know, then now you know.
And their tongue hanging halfway down to the ground.
Well,
They
that's if it
gasping.
no that's if it just happened. Okay, so when I seen Trot, he wasn't tired, so that's how I know it had happened like probably an hour, two, or even three, hours ago when I seen him. So yeah, no, it's I mean, boy, it looked like we don't have cattle on the property anymore. It's on another property, but when we did, them dogs go over there messing them cattle, and most of the time they don't get along. But every once in a while, you get one cow that figured it out that y'all dogs are just nothing but bark, no bite, and eventually they just get close enough to the dog where they can lick them. And boy, when they lick that dog in that one spot, boy, that hair don't go down for about 2 days. But I'm telling you, ever have two dogs outside, boy, and you go out there and you're looking at them and look like cows done licked all over them, boy, you already know they've been in it. And probably gonna be some pink fur somewhere. See, Trot's a yellow lab, so he had pink spots all over him. I'm like, what in the world? So I know he got bit somewhere. I just can't figure out where. But Cooper, boy, he's actually bleeding. Old Knucklehead got a hold of his neck, I'm sure. But
So Trot got the best of them then, huh?
yeah, well, it's already at that point. Cooper's like, Bubba, he's like anywhere between 8 to 10 years old. And Trot's about to be 4. So you already know, that Trot's going to get him. And plus, I might have to get a big collar for Cooper, because Cooper can't get a hold of Trot because he's got purposely a thick collar on his neck, because I don't want him to get tore up. But now I'm going to have to protect Cooper from Trot's dumb butt. I'm going to have to get him a big collar. Well, nobody's ever going to win. They're just going to be biting at the neck for like 10 hours, fall asleep. Yeah, but they've never fought like that. I've seen them scrap for 10 seconds, kind of get mad at each other and walk away. But for little spots of blood to be on Trot, and I can see a little spot around. It's really Cooper's chin, not his neck, but his chin. I know Trot bit him right there, because I could just tell it's bleeding that one little spot. But you get so mad, you want to get a belt and spank the tar out of them, but they don't have any understanding. They're not going to understand why you're hitting them. I tell people all the time, be careful hitting your dogs. Like you think they understand. They don't understand, man. All they know is you hit them. That's all they know. Like, okay.
Exactly.
You just got to be careful with that. If you catch them in the act, just whatever it is, if you catch them right in the act of it, and you have, I'm telling you, all you need is like a rolled up newspaper, like something like just a big wad of paper. Like, it don't even have to be heavy. Just make a lot of noise. And you slap them in the butt with it. It ain't gonna hurt, but it's gonna scare the tar out of them. And I'm telling you, man, the animals are smart, man. And they'll stop doing whatever that is. You just roll that sucker up and pop them on the butt whenever they're doing it. And I'm telling you, you don't have to weigh nothing. It could be like 10 sheets of paper. You just roll it up and just slap them real hard. It's just going to make a weird noise. And there's no weight. So when I say hit them hard with it, there's no weight on it. It's just making the paper make noise. That's all it's doing. And they're like, and I'm telling you, eventually they'll stop doing whatever it is that they're doing. Now if they're doing some other crazy nonsense that might be causing people to, get hurt or something like that, like chasing cars. Oh man, dude, there's some collars. They don't shock them, but they just have a frequency, like a vibration. It's not a shock. There's a difference, and you can get one of them, and it'll teach them too, because it does the same thing the paper does. It just have this weird vibration, and it freaks them out, but there's no like electricity, it's not like shocking them. But other than that, you better hire a trainer if those two things don't work. Because kicking them and breaking their leg, that ain't gonna do nothing. But we use a frequency device. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, the frequency thing. I'm saying vibration, but it is it gets their attention, Jude, absolutely. Startles them. I use a chancla or I bet a chancla or a fly swatter. Like, yeah, buddy.
My wife does that. She shows him the chancla. She puts it right on his nose. You see this? You see it? And he bows his head. And he'll start going.
Yeah, and you can use like the typical, like, those thin sandals. I had some family members that's what they would do, slap them in the butt. But it has to be a foam sandal, okay? It can't be one of those like 5-pound Adidas. Can't be one of those 5-pound, some of those Adidas sandals, boy. Each one of them weigh like 5 pounds. You don't have to hit them with that thing. Just the little thin ones that like you take to the beach or something.
The flip flops from Dollar General.
Flip flop, yeah. Flip flop. Yeah, they know, man. That thing don't weigh but like a 0.2 of a pound, and it just makes a weird noise. They don't like it. But with all that being said, what's on the mind? What's on the mind this morning?
Thank you for breaking that down. I listened to Ezra. I didn't read it. I was listening to it while I worked. So I did miss quite a few of the nuggets that I should have caught that you pointed out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we just did 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Just to kind of go over like, the 2, the genealogy, like I always just call them the begottens, so-and-so begat so-and-so. And, I'm not saying those things are not important to read because they are. It's just that sometimes it could cause you to, and it can cause you to get bored, because a person's not understanding that all of those names, that very important, like it really is. But when we're just doing what we're doing, we're not trying to go through there. Like, I'm not trying to make sure everybody gets like a master's degree in learning how to, we're just kind of scratching the surface here and there. And Bible just says make disciples, make learners, like just showing someone how to do it, like how to start training themselves to understand, and that's it. And then from there, the Spirit's got you. Too many people, they, you can just tell there's a lot of people, they don't trust the Spirit at all. They give everybody the answer. They're showing them they're getting them straight to the end. And it's like, you're hurting them when you do that. You just need to trust the Spirit and just give them an idea, show them. And Spirit will do what it does.
So I have a question.
Okay.
And I asked my pastor yesterday, but he hasn't gotten back to me. Did God create evil?
What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah? How? Show me.
Isaiah
Show me
45,
how.
6 through 7.
Okay, read it.
I can't.
Oh, CJ, read Isaiah. Read it.
I think he mentions darkness. He created light and darkness.
a way to read it right now.
My understanding was God, because my pastor said no, but he was going to give me a more in-depth answer. But because I've been taught that God has nothing to do with evil. God can't do evil. God is good only.
Okay. So is God evil?
No.
Okay. CJ, you pulling that up or what?
Seeing if I can. I don't have my laptop on me, but
Yeah.
Let me
Steph,
run
these
upstairs
kind
real
of
quick. I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll run upstairs
do
real quick.
what?
I was reading that yesterday.
Yeah, he read it, quoted it a little bit.
Yeah, when it comes to Steph, when it comes to these kind of questions, you'll notice these kind of questions I don't talk about them on the show a lot.
Yeah, I
Do you know
I
why?
figured it's
Do you know
controversial.
why? Do you know why?
No,
You don't know why?
because it's
Okay.
Get
controversial.
into the belly.
Well, that's part of it. So, have you ever heard someone say, "Can God create a rock so heavy that He can't pick it up?" You ever heard that
Yeah.
question?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that's a smart question?
No.
But for people that ask it, it is. You understand?
Right.
They think it is the most clever thing they ever thought of. So,
I got you.
I got
does
it.
God hate? Does God hate people?
No.
Are you sure? Because I can find a verse that says God hates
That's not
people.
true. He hated Esau and loved
Okay,
Jacob.
so then God's hateful then.
He can be.
He can't be. So
That's funny.
this is why it's important to understand what we read.
Right.
Because let me tell you, if you think, like right now, if I was to take a sheet of paper and I was to say, person A hates person B, and you read that today in 2023, wouldn't you say that's exactly what I'm saying? That person A hates person B. Like if person A had a name, we'll just use both T's. We'll say Timothy hates Tom. If I wrote that today and you read it yesterday, then that's what I'm saying, right? Timothy hates Tom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say that it's wise to read something that was written thousands of years ago and we were doing our best to translate it in English? Now, understand, it wasn't written yesterday. You're not talking to someone that is from America writing down that so-and-so hates so-and-so. So when we read something that was written thousands of years ago, is that how we're supposed to understand it? Like if someone wrote it in their living room in America yesterday?
No.
Okay, listen, if one thing people need to understand is in history, I'm talking about like regular school, right? In junior high school, we took history class. You learn that you got to be careful how you're interpreting what was written 100 years in America. Do you know that people argue about our Constitution? Do you know that?
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know why people argue about what our Constitution says? Do you know why?
The wording.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
way they
We could
worded
say,
it.
yeah, the way they word it. So, but listen, there are people today, both Democrat, Republican. Of course, we have the 3rd, 5th, and 17th American country societies, or whatever you want to call them, where a Democrat and a Republican can be sitting in the same room. They can have the same American Constitution pulled up and argue over the meaning of it. And it was written basically a couple of hundred years ago. Okay. I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
that ain't long. So if we can't even agree on a couple of 100 years ago, you really believe that humans are going to agree about something that was written thousands of years ago? Are you serious? And when I say you, I don't mean you, Steph. I say figuratively.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So the problem is us, me, you, everyone in here, we are not putting two and two together. People are not coming up with clever questions. No. They're not understanding what they're reading. That is the point. They're not understanding what they're reading. So now we're sitting across the table and everybody is trying to interpret it the best they can. And if you notice, an Islamic believer, they're obviously going to interpret it in their favor. They're
Right.
going to make it, they're going to interpret it to say what they want it to say. Why? So they can take people away from Christianity, and so they can force everybody in the world to become Islam, period, the end. So they have an agenda. All right. And then you have people that don't even believe in God, atheists. So they make all the religious books look like foolishness. Why? Because they want everybody to leave the whole God thing alone. And then you got Christians who believe that it's true, who could be saved, and they have their own interpretations, their own beliefs, and all this. And then you have what the Spirit is called, what the Bible is calling people that can see and people that can hear. Now, the atheist and the Islamic believer hate the Christian that claims they have the Spirit. They hate it because they're like, well, these people say they have the Spirit, and these people say, so then it goes back to mockery on who really has the Spirit. But the Bible makes it clear that there are people who hear and understand the word. And our job is to figure out who is it that is hearing and understands. That's it. Those are the only options we have. So when people come up with these questions, does God hate? No, God doesn't hate. He's a loving God. And I go, well, it says right here he hated Esau. So now the Christian looks like an idiot. You know why? Because they're not familiar with the Bible. Because if they were familiar with it, they would know that I'm just bringing up one verse. There's at least one verse in there that literally says, right, black letters on a white page, that God hated somebody. All right. Then you got questions like, well, can God make a rock so big that he can't pick it up? Oh, wow. I don't know. Can he? This is called philosophy. This is like Pythagorean theory. And then finally it comes to reality, but it's just the theories. People are just, they're asking questions that they think that no one's thought of, or they think that, most people don't ask. And what it is there's a lot of Christians that they are not familiar with the Bible. They do not read it. They go to church. They let somebody tell them what to think. And so here comes these clever people, right? The Bible calls them cunning, very cunning. And they come ask these Christians that are claiming to hear the voice of God, and they get asked a simple question: does God hate anybody? And like a fool, they answer no, because they're literally making this whoever believe that they are smart and they understand the Bible. And it just took one verse to disprove that. And it's a sad thing. So the question, right? Did God create evil? Hey, CJ, did you find it?
I got it. You want me to read
Okay,
it?
go ahead and read it.
All right. So I'll start from verse 5. I am the Lord, and there is none else. There is no God besides me. I girded thee through the hast not known me, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west, that there is none beside me. I am the Lord, and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Drop down, ye heaven from above, and let the skies pour down righteousness. Let the earth open and let them bring forth salvation. Let righteousness spring up together. I, the Lord, have created it. Woe unto him that strives with his maker. Let the potters strive with the potters, but the pots.
Hey, are you gonna read the whole thing or what?
No, I was going up to 9, which I'm finishing right now. Other shall the clay say to him that fashioneth it, what makest thou? Or the work he has no hands.
Go.
Okay, so all right, so okay, so the question is, did God create evil? That's the question, right, Steph?
Well, it answered it.
Do what?
I said it answered it.
Yeah. So what does that mean?
He is the creator of everything. That nothing happens without him.
Nothing happens without him. Okay. So if something evil happens in your life, God did it?
No, he allowed it.
He allowed it? He allowed it to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm saying, right? Like you're reading something. It's not about being right or that's not what the Bible's about. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about jumping to an understanding without understanding more of the Bible. You understand what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
So these type of questions, every person has to figure out the answer for themselves. So let's say a person tells you, no, it's not true, and I'm going to show you that it's not true. And then someone else says, yes, it is true, and I'm going to show you how it is true. At the end of the day, isn't it you that still has to come up with an answer? So, so there's a lot of things in the Bible that it doesn't matter what anybody tells you. I'm telling you, it does not matter. What matters is the final conclusion that you come up with. That's what matters. So when Jesus said, who do people say that I am? So let me ask you, Steph, what do people call Jesus?
God, Messiah.
Is that it? Is that the only thing?
No.
What else?
They call Masters, Messiah.
People alive today. What about Islamic believers call them what? What do they call him?
Oh, I don't know.
They say that's it. He's just a prophet. Ain't that what people call him today? A prophet?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and there's other people that say, well, of course he was a prophet, but he wasn't just a prophet. He was God as well. So there, you see the argument already?
Yeah.
So the argument is, no, he's just a prophet. The other side, no, he was God, not just a prophet. So was he God? Was he a prophet? Was he Messiah only? Which means he wasn't a prophet. He was just a Messiah. He wasn't God. He was just a Messiah. Some people say he was just a regular human being that figured out some things that we all need to learn. He wasn't God. He wasn't a prophet. He wasn't a Messiah. He was just a very well-established human being. There's people that believe that. So already we're just 4 beliefs about who Jesus was. So if humans, I'm talking about human beings, right? All of them in the world, if they can't come into agreement on what or who Jesus was, you really think they're going to come into agreement? If the Bible says that God hates, there's people that are saying that, no, he literally hates because it says hate. That's exactly what it means, that he is hateful. And then there's other people that say that that God is nothing but love. He's all good. He has nothing to do with hate. So there's always going to be people to come up to you to disagree with you, and they're going to use the Bible to do so. But the Bible is one. It's one big piece. It's not compartmentalized. The Bible is not something that you read a part over here and it contradicts. It doesn't contradict. You have to understand the entire thing. For instance, like the book Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. Have you ever heard of that book?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to tell me that if I go to, like, I'm just making this up, but it's a book, right? It's a book. So if I go to the book and read page, I don't know, 9, I can somehow use that to twist page 2. I can prove to you that Dr. Seuss's book, Green Eggs and Ham, is corrupt because I am twisting something that is being said? Or is it true that Dr. Seuss wrote this book and it's not about it corrupting itself? It's the whole book. This is the whole story right here.
Yeah.
So this whole idea that what it is these people go around looking for weak believers, babies in Christ, or people who just started reading the Bible, and they're doing anything they can to recreate the whole Adam and Eve scenario, right? Because these people are trees. Every human is a tree. You have to understand that. And if someone is not saved and you say, but they're telling me the truth, one of you is lying. So if God is saying that bad trees don't have good fruit, and you tell God, no, God, you're lying. I know that person's not saved, but they're telling me the truth. So one of you's lying to me now. So like if I'm sitting back looking at you and God having a conversation, and God is telling you, hey, look, there are trees, good and bad. And you only need to be eating from one tree, one type of tree, a tree of life. And you're getting drawn away from the Bible because a corrupt tree is lying to you, then you become Eve all over again.
Right.
You're easily deceived away from what is true because you yourself are not becoming familiar with the Bible. So let me show you what happens. So someone in your position asking the question, first of all, the question you're asking is not wrong at all. People are going to ask these questions, period. But we make the mistake when we think we have to answer them. You make a mistake. Who says they deserve an answer from you? Everybody has an opportunity to read the Bible. Everybody. So anytime someone asks me a question, and I already know where the question is coming from, I already know where it's coming from, not from you individually. I know the origin of the question. Do you understand? I know what created this question. I know where it comes from, who it comes from, and I know why it exists. So if I already know this, and I'm trying to entertain this question, then I become a fool at that moment. Me, myself, I become a fool because you have to understand, I know where the root of this question came from. It came from the Garden of Eden. It's a question that is being asked to a man or woman of God to get them to stumble over what they believe, right? So the understanding of who God is comes by being familiar with who God is. So let me show you what I mean. So what they're trying to do with these, where these questions are coming from a source where they're making you believe that you have to focus on everything else but the truth. So when they train guys that are going to for their life, right? They're going to be like in the counterfeit department of counterfeit money. All they do is they bring these people real money, and they get them so familiar with the real money that if you gave them fake money, they'd be able to call you out on it. So what people are trying to do is they're trying to make you believe that you are supposed to understand all the counterfeit. That's what they're trying to make you believe, that if they can take you away from the real money, eventually you won't believe there's real money because they got you focused on a bunch of fake money. Do you understand? So let me show you what I mean. Is it better First of all, it is better, not a question. It is better for you, and I'm talking about everybody. So this is just because Steph asked the question, but it is better for you to become so familiar with the true word of God, to become so familiar. I'm not talking about the black letters on a white page. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the word. That you become so familiar with the word that when one of these ridiculous questions come along, that you know how to move forward in what is true, rather than allowing your carnal mind to try to figure out what this question means or what it is or who it is. It doesn't come from God just because it's a question. If you think that all questions come from God, then you're not understanding the whole Bible in its entirety. Didn't Satan ask Eve a question? He asked her a question. Did God say that you couldn't eat from all the trees in the garden? It's a question to get you to think, right? Why? To get you to question what is true. That's it. That's all. And any way that those kind of questions can get in there, even if they sound clever, those questions is the problem, because it gets you to question God. So there's nothing wrong with, you're coaching a baseball team and there's a good player on another team, and you're asking yourself, man, I wonder if our team would benefit if we had that player. I'm not talking about those kind of questions, the questions of the world. We all have those kind of questions. But when someone makes you believe that questioning who or what God is, if you think that's the same thing as questioning what kind of fishing lure you need to use when you go fishing, it's not the same thing. So, did God create evil? Did God create both good and evil? And we go to these verses. It says right here, God created evil. Okay, all right, fine. So in the Old Testament, we see a verse that says God created evil. Fine. Let's run with that and leave it at that. So the next question would be this: did Jesus change anything? So when the Bible says, Bible says God does not change. No, God doesn't change. What did change? What did change? When Jesus came in the picture, did anything change?
Yes.
What changed?
He fulfilled the law when he was our sacrifice.
Right. So did God deal with people in the Old Testament differently than he does people in the New Testament?
No.
No? He didn't deal with them differently?
Yes, because he flooded the earth and he got rid of Sodom and Gomorrah, and he doesn't do
right. So why was there, what was wrong? Why is there this different attitude between the God in the Old Testament and then in the New Testament? Why does it look so different?
Faith came.
What do you think, Steph? Why does it look so different?
Because they couldn't ever, the sacrifices weren't enough. They could never do enough for me.
Yeah, but there was something wrong, right? There was something wrong, right? Mankind in the Old Testament, they were a fallen man, right?
Mm.
Right?
Okay.
See, Adam and Eve's spirit died in the Garden of Eden. Did you know that?
Yes, I've heard you speak on that.
Right. So God said, the day that you eat of this tree, you shall surely die. So if we're going to take black words on the white pages seriously, we need to take all of them seriously then, right? So when the Bible says God created evil, so if we're going to run with that, then we have to run with this too then, right? So God said, the day that you eat of this tree, you shall surely die. He said the day. So is God lying or is God telling the truth?
Telling the truth.
Okay, so did they die the day?
Yes, their spirit did.
Right. Their spirit died. So when people say, no, they didn't die till 900 years later, so then God's lying then. So they didn't die the day. No, they died. Spiritually, they died that day.
Yeah.
They just didn't physically die for another 900 years or whatnot. I'm just throwing numbers out there. I'm not trying to be all, but
So Jesus brought the spirit back.
So if man's spirit was dead in the Old Testament, just let's just be honest. If they were dead, and the Bible so many places makes it clear that a man, and this is talking about a fallen man, a man cannot see the face of God. Literally pretty much tells us that you will die if you saw the face of God. And the reason is because your spirit is dead. That's why. See, Adam and Eve could see God because their spirit was alive. Because Adam was made in the image and likeness of God. You don't think Adam could have saw God after God made him? Or you don't think he could see God after God made him? So the difference between Adam after God made him is Adam was perfect. God had just made him. So for anyone to say, nah, he wasn't, God had just made him. You're going to, not you, Steph, I'm saying, figuratively, a person, for someone to tell me, and there's people that believe it. Nah. Like, bro, like he just made him. So you're telling me as soon as God made Adam and Eve, they weren't perfect. Hey, man, come on, bro. Like, it makes no sense whatsoever. Makes no sense. He had just made them. He had just made them. They were perfect. They became imperfect after the fall, not before. He didn't create them imperfect. They were perfect. And then after he created them, the fall occurred. The fall happened. And at that point, man were dead to God. They were dead to him, 100%. They needed a redeemer. So the whole time, all these years are going by, is getting closer and closer to the time of the redeemer to come. And then finally, one day, the redeemer was born. And the angels said, Anthony, I think you are perfect, Trot. You think? That's blasphemy. I am perfect, sir. In my spirit, I have the spirit that resurrected Jesus from the dead living inside of me, and it is perfect. But at least saying I think you're perfect, that's better than saying that I'm not. So, but remember, it's our spirit that is perfect, our spirit. And guess what? That spirit is your spirit, and therefore you are perfect in your spirit. That's how God sees you, right? So when Jesus was born, the angel appeared to the men that were watching over the sheep, the flock. And the angel said, behold, right, talking about Jesus, the Savior is born. And it says that this action, this thing that occurred, the angel literally says, peace on earth. That's what he says. Peace on earth. Is this talking about there's not going to be any more wars? Because there's peace on earth?
Nope.
No.
What do you think, Steph? What do you think? Because it said peace on earth. So if we're going to read, I know, but listen, there are people that question that. You understand? Yeah. People say it says right here, peace on earth, and we still have wars. Oh how many of these questions that the carnal mind is asking, how many of these questions has to be asked until we realize the people that are asking them do not understand what they're reading? How many? There's several, these ridiculous questions. And we're taught, right? Well, there's nothing wrong with questions. Let me tell you, if it comes from your carnal mind, you should see it already as a problem. Right. I'm talking about carnal mind. I'm talking about when Jesus told Peter, because watch, look at the logical thinking here. Peter said, "You're the Messiah, the Son of the living God." And Jesus said, "Blessed art thou, Simon Peter." Da, 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 da. I'm talking, who's he saying? Who's he talking to when he tells Peter, "Blessed art thou, Simon Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church"? Is he talking to Peter? That upon Peter we need to build our church? So I need to chop up Peter in a bunch of pieces and mix his bones and blood into the concrete and make a foundation and build my church upon Peter? Is that what Jesus is saying? Because if we're taking the black letters on the white page, if we're just taking that for what it says, face value, then we need to build a church on top of Peter then, right? Because ain't that what he says? Upon you I call Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, upon Peter, right? If we're taking the black letters on the white page 100% serious, then that is what Jesus is saying. And there are people that argue that that's what Jesus is saying. So now here we are again with another argument already. I mean, we already hit 10 probably. So now we're going to argue whether Jesus was calling Peter the foundation, or was he calling the spiritual revelation that Peter got from heaven, the rock, the foundation? Which one, right? So there's the argument. There's another argument right there. But in that same amount of time, it wasn't long, Jesus also calls Peter Satan, right? He's telling him how he's going to become unalived, right? Resurrect. He's telling him all these things. And Peter's like, "No, let it be far from you." So watch this. Peter's carnal mind questions what he hears. He doesn't like it. So if God is saying that this is the Redeemer, these things have to happen, is it smart for a question and say, "Oh, no, God, we shouldn't do that"? Is that smart for us to do that? So was it okay then for Peter to say, "No, God, we're not going to do that"? Was it okay? Right? Because the attitude is, there's nothing wrong with questions. You can ask questions. That's funny. Funny because when Peter questioned that, Jesus said, "Get behind me, Satan." Why? Why such a bold rebuke? Why? Because those type of questions come from Satan. That's where they come from. They come from your carnal mind. They don't come from the spirit of truth. They come from the carnal mind. Any way to manipulate you away from the truth. Anything it can. It'll take your attention away from the truth to get you to focus on something else. But in the same time frame, he calls Peter Satan, and he calls him the foundation. Are you serious? So he calls him Satan, and then he says, "Blessed art thou." Which one is it? Is Peter Satan, or is Peter blessed? Which one is it, Steph? What'd you say? Could it be both? Could it be both? The answer, it is both. That's the answer. The answer, it is both. When you understand spirit, soul, and body, you'll understand who Jesus is talking to. People say, "Who's Jesus praying to?" Here comes another argument. Who's he praying? This is my favorite one. I don't ever talk about this, but this is by far my favorite. When someone proves that they don't understand the Bible by asking this ridiculous question. Who's he praying to? Look, right here. Right here, look, he's praying to somebody. They'll bring up, there's obviously more than one scripture. Who's he praying to? Same problem. We're running into the same problem. Who's he praying to? If you don't understand and you have never studied out spirit, soul, and body, and you don't understand that, you're going to be asking yourself this question over and over again. And then you're going to go to other believers and you want them to give you an answer. No, you're a believer. You tell me. And I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter how many times you ask another believer about these things. It doesn't matter. You yourself have to come to a conclusion yourself. It is not about us giving the answer. We can point to certain things in the Bible, but at the end of the day, it is up to you to figure out what these things mean. And so, does God make evil? Does God hate? Did Jesus call the first pope, right? That's what they. No, I know you're working, Steph. You're good. Co-worker. No, Steph, you're good, man. Dude, no worries. So again, just to be clear, there's nothing wrong with any question. Nothing at all. We just have to recognize where the question is coming from and why it's being asked to determine, is it a carnal question? Is it coming from my flesh? Where is this question coming from? That's really what I'm saying. Are these questions coming from? And you yourself have to decide, is this really a smart, clever question from the Spirit, or is it Satan playing his old tricks? And when I say Satan, I'm talking about your carnal mind. Right. The Bible makes it clear that the flesh and the spirit are enmity. Don't you understand? They're enmity. So therefore, your carnal mind, it is going to ask questions, but it's asking questions to get you to debate about what is true. It's not asking a good question like, oh, wow, that's such a good, well, I'm not a believer no more. I don't believe in God because that question was so good. I'm telling you, that's how easy it was for Adam and Eve to fall. They believed a lie. So is God evil? Okay, well, here's the thing. Let's say that there were 2 verses in the entire Bible that said God is evil. How many verses tell us that God is love?
Many.
Right? There's so many. So here's the question. Do we focus on the Old Testament God, watch this, on how he deals with us, or are we under a covenant that tells us that God loves us? So when people don't understand how God dealt with people in the Old Testament, remember, nobody was redeemed. Don't get it twisted. Nobody was redeemed. He was dealing with everybody based on whether or not you were dead in the spirit, period. And so now Christ came, and now we've become alive through his resurrection. So here's a question. If we are alive, where would the question come from that would ask, does God hate? Let me ask you, and be honest, does it matter anymore? If God hates, if you are in heaven, let me ask you this, we'll put it this way. Let's say 50,000 years go by and we're in heaven, and I'm talking about the heaven place, okay? Our flesh is already done away with. We have our glorified body. If someone came up to you and said, hey, God hates, would you say, man, that's a good question? That's a good topic right now. You have to ask yourself, if we are to look in the eyes of eternity, and I'm talking about eternity, that we're already in heaven. All this stuff is done. We're in heaven. Should we still be asking each other should we be talking about evil and hate? That's the question. Should we be talking about evil and hate if we're already in heaven?
No.
Huh?
We wouldn't want to.
Why? Okay, but why wouldn't we? Why would you? Or what would you say a reason would be that you wouldn't talk about those things? Why not?
It would be irrelevant to us at that point.
Okay, there you go. So if the Bible tells, now let me ask you this, why would it be irrelevant then?
Because we're in heaven.
Okay, so if the Bible tells us, know ye not that ye are the temple, does that mean God lives in you now?
Yes.
So spiritually, are you in heaven right now?
That's good. Yes.
So if spiritually you're in heaven, and there's so many verses that prove it, it just takes you one of these carnal-minded people that are asking these questions that are so irrelevant. It has nothing to do with who we are today. So it just takes one of them to help you mess up this truth. Anything to take you away from truth. So if we're in heaven in our spirit right now, know ye not that ye are the temple? Oh, okay. So the physical temple was not the real temple. We're the real temple. And now God lives in us right now. 1 John 4:17. As he is, talking about Christ, so are you in this world. So we are as Christ is in this world. Imagine that. As he is, so are we in this world. It doesn't say as he is, we will be when we get to heaven. That's not what it says. It says, as he is, so are we in this world, the world that we live in right here. So, if we are as Christ is in this world, and we are the temple right now, then our spirit is in heaven right now. The problem is we're not understanding because we see this separation between heaven being way over there and us being here. There's a disconnect in understanding. Our spirit is in heaven right now. But yet it's in you here. At the same time, you are in heaven and in this world at the same time. And the reason it's hard to understand that is because our carnal mind, it doesn't make sense. Like this cup that's sitting in front of me, if I put this cup on the table that's in front of me right here, I cannot say that my cup is in the kitchen, on the kitchen counter as well. You know that's true. I cannot claim that this one cup is here on my table in front of me and it's in the kitchen. That doesn't make any sense. When you start talking about the spirit, people are trying to make sense of the spirit in the same way, and it'll never happen. So if we're already in heaven right now, ask yourself this: what is causing you to focus on hate and evil? What is causing you to focus on that? What's causing you to focus on that is your carnal mind. Your carnal mind, the thing that is still here in this world, that part, it's not in heaven. Talking about your earth suit, the thing that you use to move objects around in this world with your hands. If you want to pick something up, like my phone or my cup, I can't use my spirit to do that. I have to use this earth suit.
So our flesh.
This do what?
We are flesh. I'm sorry.
No, you're cutting. I'm not understanding what you're saying. Who's talking? Who is that?
That was me, Julie.
Oh, yeah. No, what'd you say? You're coming in. You're cutting in and out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said, so would that be our flesh?
Yeah. So our flesh, the part of us that is enmity, right? The part of us that is 100% against God. Your flesh is against God, whether you like it or not. You have to understand that your flesh does not see God. It doesn't smell him, taste him, feel him. Your five senses cannot comprehend God. And because of that, it rejects God. Don't you understand? Without even trying, it rejects him. And so when this flesh asks these questions that get you to focus on hate or evil, if we are already in heaven, why would you allow your flesh to take you away from heaven and start getting you to question things that are irrelevant at this point? So if they are irrelevant, you have to ask yourself, why am I so focused on it? You have to. Why? Why are you so? But it's a good question. No, it's not. To your flesh, it's a good question. Not to your spirit, it's not a good question. It's irrelevant. The problem is we see ourselves so real, so much so in this world that the heaven thing is not true, that this is true. That this is true. The world is true. Don't you understand? Your questions. Do what?
The world is true. It's reality you live in, but you have the free will because God gave it to you.
Is the world more true than the Spirit of God?
The Spirit of God is the thing that gave you a spirit in the first place.
Right. So
you exist.
So
because
exactly.
of God.
Exactly. So did the carnal world speak God into existence, or did God speak the carnal world into existence? Which one?
The world we live in today is spoken into existence by God.
Okay. So then we're in agreement. Good.
But
I'm glad we're in agreement.
The problem is that you say that heaven is here. You can say also that hell is here because you understand that there is so much.
What is hell?
What is hell? It is when people do things that is contrary to God's will. When people
hell is separation from God.
It is, and
so your flesh is separated from God, right? Or is your flesh one with God?
My flesh is one with God.
No, your flesh is not one with God, sir. Absolutely not. Your flesh is enmity with God. It's not one with God. No.
When the kingdom of heaven is within you, and the reason kingdom of heaven is within you.
But your flesh. But okay, so hold on. Let me get this clear. Is your flesh enmity with God, or is it friends with God? Which one?
My flesh does only what my flesh is going against God. That is why I don't live.
Okay, so hold on. So if your flesh is against God, how is it one with God?
Because I live in the spirit.
No,
that is
buddy.
Why.
No. All right. Hey, look, I'm not here to argue. Hey, sounds good what you're saying. I get it. But I'm going to go ahead and continue with what I'm going over. Clearly, we're in two different places, and on this live, we don't debate, we don't argue. And if you're thinking that your flesh is one with God, then that's Bubba. That is completely wrong. Your flesh is not one with God. When we get our glorified body,
is created by God. That is what I'm saying.
Okay, well that's fine. That's fine. You can believe what you want, but this is one thing that you've already said that your flesh is hold on a second. You said your flesh is enmity with God. You just admitted that, and now you're saying it's one. So your flesh is one and enmity with God? No, sir. It can't be both. You don't have a glorified body yet.
I'm telling you that there is people that are doing everything according to God's will.
Okay, all right. Hey, sir. Okay, I understand your viewpoint. I get it. Look, we disagree. I'm not going to go in circles for 10 hours. I already know what you view, and I 110,000% disagree with your viewpoint. 100%. So what's the point?
You disagree?
No, sir. Sir. I already said we're not going to argue or debate it any further. Okay. All right. So that was a perfect example. So there are people that will tell you that your flesh is one with God, and in the same breath tell you that it's enmity with God. Right. Your flesh cannot be both one with God and enmity. Your flesh is enmity 100%, and you have to start understanding where the enmity comes from. Like, what part of you is always against God? It's your flesh. Just like Paul said, in your flesh, there is no good thing. But according to the gentleman that was on here, our flesh is a good thing. No, the Bible says that our flesh is not a good thing. So if our flesh is not a good thing, then that goes with that our flesh is enmity with God. And so if our flesh is enmity with God, then that is hell. Don't you understand? Separation from God is hell. Our flesh is what you would call separated from God. Our flesh. You have to understand that. But just because our flesh is separated from God, which is a hell state, believe it or not, the Spirit of God that is in us is what helps us renew our mind. So we can control the way that our flesh acts out of control. You can little by little start controlling that, but it is because of your spirit that you're able to start controlling your flesh. Okay? But it's not a light switch. It's not a light switch. You don't get the Spirit of God in you, and then all of a sudden your flesh becomes perfect. That is not true. We have to renew our mind. Who's going to talk?
That was me, Trout. I was just going to say, just doubling down, because there's some confusion in the comments, just to make sure we understand. The soul is your decision maker. That's who you are. That is Trot. That is Bill. That is Kit Kat. That's Dre, Flip, whatever. All of us. That is you. Your soul is your decision maker. Your flesh is evil. And when you're born again, it's the Spirit of God. It's your soul's decision to either move according to the flesh or move according to the Spirit. It's just that easy. So in the comment section saying that the Spirit moves you, no, the Spirit doesn't move you. You have to choose the Spirit. So
yeah. So the guy that was up here is in the comments. He said, it is your spirit given to you by God. Yeah, where's the disagreement there, buddy? Of course the Spirit is given to you by God. So the fact that you say stop false teaching, like if I
no, but he later in another comment, he said that the Spirit makes you or forces you or makes you like be holy, and that's not true.
Okay.
Dre,
Yeah,
Dre, and that's where it speaks in Galatians 5, shows the enmity between the flesh and the Spirit.
Yeah, and that's why I say all the time, you have people, they do not understand spirit, soul, and body. They don't understand it, and they're trying to, but you can tell, like, it didn't take me but 2 questions, and I can tell that, because nothing I'm going to say is going to be nice. I'm not trying to be mean to flavor music, but it didn't take me but a couple of questions to understand that he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand that he doesn't understand spirit, soul, and body, period. So, again, guys, what?
I have another question to get off.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm about to listen to Nehemiah. Is there any advice, anything that I should be looking at?
No. Don't worry about that. Just get familiar with the story. So, you don't have to, and I tell people this all the time, when you're starting to get into the word, just get familiar with the characters, just get familiar with the story, just pay attention to the story. You don't have to try to go deep right away. Just listen to because it's going to be audible, right?
Yeah, because I'm working.
Yeah. So just listen to it. Just let it play itself out. There's probably going to be a lot of things you're not going to understand. Who cares? Who cares? Just listen to the story, and then, then maybe tomorrow, or maybe not tomorrow, another week, listen to it again. I'm telling you, you're going to have to listen to it multiple times. It's got to get to the point where you're kind of memorizing the story. Like, okay, so they're going to bring up this. And what's going to happen is after the second or third time you hear it, you're going to be like, wait a minute, did it say that last time? Like, there's going to be something you pick up. It's kind of like watching a movie for the second or third time. Do you know how, like, you can pick up on something that you didn't the first time you watched it? It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. So, let me see. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at, I sometimes I just don't look at the comments. Eric, did you? Oh, he's talking to Flair. Let's see. Russell, what's up, Russell, man? Well, Tiger Woods in the house. I was like, glad you didn't debate him. We have enough people debating, arguing. Oh my Lord, dude. Trust me. Yes. God, let me be far from that madness. What were you saying, Steph?
I'm going to jump down. Thank you for explaining that to me. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just remember this. Remember this, Steph. Focus on who you are in Christ. All those other things, you'll gain understanding. You'll understand it later. Don't focus on what's irrelevant. Focus on what is relevant, what Christ has done for you, who you are, and how you can make a disciple. And you'll start seeing the understanding of God creating evil and him hating Esau. I mean, those things are so easily seen once you put in place who you are. Once you put in place who you are, all those other things start making sense. But for people who are still like baffled about those and they don't understand, it's because they don't know who they are. I'm sorry. I'm just going to put it that way. Right. So, but yeah, no, you're good. I mean, any question, any question that's brought up, there's no issue, but you just have to understand why certain things are not harping on. Like, for instance, the dude that came up here, we could still be debating that right now. You know that, right?
Yeah.
It'll never end. It will never end. So, the truth is you get people to focus on who they are, not who they used to be, who they are.
Amen. All right. Y'all have a blessed day.
Yeah.
Bye.
You too. Absolutely. Yeah. So, guys,
I'm sorry.
What's up? No, you're good. Go ahead.
If somebody could read Colossians chapter 2, verse 4, speaking about those people, they bring in the philosophy and beguiles and mislead believers into things that of the elemental spirit. In other words, some worldly philosophy and stuff that takes the focus of what we're supposed to be focusing on. And it's that walking in the spirit through Jesus Christ. Amen.
Yeah. Did you say you were going to read something, Bill?
Oh, no. I said they could read in Colossians chapter 2. I'm getting ready to hit the road. Somebody want to read Colossians chapter 2, verse 4.
Yeah, who's going to read it? We can read it. No big deal. Benny, what's up, bro?
What's going on, big dog?
Man. Just in here doing the best stuff, man. Talking about some Jesus.
Been in the gym, Benny?
Man, I hadn't even thought about the gym.
What?
I said I ain't committing to nothing else for a long time.
He said I ain't even thought about the gym.
No, I haven't, man. I'm probably about 205 right now. I was like 180. I'm eating right now.
I know. We can
tell. He said I'm eating right now.
I'm about to eat right now.
Buddy.
What'd y'all say? Colossians 2:4.
I think that's what he said.
Yeah, I think it starts at 2:4. Yeah, it goes all the way down to 18, 19 around there. But you'll see it.
All right, it says, "And this I say, lest any man should beguile you with enticing words. For though I be absent in the flesh, yet am I with you in the spirit, joying and beholding your order, and the steadfastness of your faith in Christ. As ye have therefore received Christ Jesus the Lord, so walk ye in him, rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ. For in him dwells all the fullness of the Godhead bodily, and ye are complete in him, which is the head of all principality and power."
Yeah. So even that verse, you're good. Even that verse right there, you are complete in him. Right? You are complete in him. So if we are complete in him, and we know it's not talking about our flesh, Paul makes that very clear, but the real us, our soul, we are complete in him. So if we are complete in him, who is trying to get you to focus? Watch this. Who is trying to get you to focus on the Old Testament? Not Christ in the Old Testament, because Christ is always relevant. But who is it that is trying to get you focused on whether or not God hates in the Old Testament or whether or not God creates evil. Who is trying to get you to focus on that if we are complete in him? It's so easy. The answer is so easy. And the longer that you allow your carnal mind to constantly put you in this mindset of maybe God could hate you or be evil to you, then you are not focused on who you are. You're not. You are still focused on man's theories and philosophies, people who are trying to figure out God. That's where these questions start. And they start there because we know how to use our carnal mind. We know how to use that. We've been using it for years before we got saved. And there are people, I understand, that get saved at a young age, but it doesn't matter. Even if you're 12 or 13 and you get saved, you have still been teaching yourself how to utilize the carnal mind in this world. It doesn't matter how long you were using it. At the time, you still understand things in this world with your physical body. So you've been using it. But yeah, I think somebody straight up answered it. Who was it? Jeff's like, Satan. Yeah. Those thoughts are coming from Satan. And if you don't know how to say, behind me, Satan, like Jesus told Peter, remember, Peter was a legit believer of Jesus. That is undeniable. I don't care how we focus on Peter denying Christ and being in his flesh and all that. Bro, he was a believer of Christ. Legit. And Christ told him, get behind me, Satan. He's talking to his carnal mind. He was talking to his physical body. That's what he was talking to, the part that is enmity, the part that is separated from God. Don't you understand? The belly. That's why Jonah cried out from the belly of the whale. It's talking about Jonah's belly. He was in his belly. He left Joppa. Joppa means beautiful. Jonah left the presence of God. And when you leave the presence of God, it's talking about you're in your flesh. That's what it's talking about. That's the part of you that is hell. On this earth, your flesh is hell. So when that dude was like, if you're saying that the spirit is here, then the hell is here. Yeah, buddy, that's exactly what I'm saying. I've been saying it for over 10 years. And for that to be a new thought to you is proven nothing more that you are not familiar with the Bible as you're claiming. You are not. I don't know how many times I got to say it. You're not. Stop lying to people. You're not familiar with the Bible, my friend. Not even a little bit. For you to not understand that the choice of heaven and hell is right here, right now, on this earth. It's here. The choice is here, buddy. It's not after. We're not going to make the choices after this. The choice is here. I set before you life and death. Choose life. And life is the tree of life. Christ, who is life. There is no other life outside of him. And when you receive him, you receive life on the inside of you. And your flesh, your belly, the other belly is constantly trying to suck you into hell, which is separation from God, which is your flesh. Don't you get it? You still ain't got it? Well, then keep coming to Descaled, whatever your name was that was up here, Bubba. Just keep coming. I tell you what, keep arguing with me in your head, and let's see how long those arguments stay there. You keep coming to this lot. Matter of fact, if you don't want to change your viewpoint, you better stop coming, because Christ gives believers the power to bring down strongholds, take those thoughts captive. And I'm telling you right now, I will take those thoughts captive 100%, and I'll bring them down. So if you like the way you think and you don't want that changed, then you better get out of here then. I'm telling you right now, we're going to take them thoughts captive. We're talking about the carnal mind thoughts. We're going to take them captive. Your body, 100% separation from God. Your flesh, it's enmity. In your flesh, there is no good thing. I don't know how many more verses you need to explain that. Until we have a glorified body, your flesh is enmity to God, period, the end. So when people say, yeah, but the spirit lives in the body. No, the spirit lives in your soul, and your soul is in your body. Here we go again, not understanding spirit, soul, and body. The spirit lives in your soul, and your soul is in your body. Your body isn't touching your spirit. Your soul is touching your body. Your soul is touching the spirit. But the spirit and flesh are enmity, my friend. The spirit is not just living in your body the way you think. It's in your soul. Don't you understand? Your soul is touching the body. I know some people will say, well, what does it matter? It matters. It matters. That's what the Bible teaches. Don't you understand? It shouldn't have to tell you, oh, guys, your spirit's in your soul, your soul's in your body. It shouldn't have to tell you that. You should be able to understand what it's saying. So many ways it's telling you that the spirit and the flesh are enmity. They hate each other. They're against each other. You think your spirit is just living in your physical body? You would die. I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand the Bible in its entirety.
Try. There goes the two trees, right?
Well, I mean, it's everything. It's everything.
Yeah,
it's everything. Of course, it's the two trees. It's everything. Yeah. The whole Bible tells us this. The whole Bible tells us this. We could talk about almost anything in the Bible that will show you that there's such a difference. It's huge, matter of fact.
And while you was talking about heaven here, well, because with the temple, Jesus tries to explain that to them with the Father's prayer, right? Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Yeah, and that prayer came to pass, right? He said a prayer, the death, burial, and resurrection happened, and that prayer came to pass. So now God lives in man, but he lives in man's soul. So it's funny that people are like, no, the body's the temple. No, Bubba, you're missing it, though. You're missing it 100%. If that spirit would have just went inside your body, you would have died. Because it's enmity. It's 100% against God. But the grace that was given to us allows our spirit to be in our soul. You understand? Spirit is in our soul. Us, the real you is your soul, not your flesh. The real you is not your flesh. The real you is not your flesh. That's what people are getting confused. You know, when you say me and I, who are you talking about? Are you talking about your soul or are you talking about your flesh? Well, I feel, well, of course your flesh feels. Go ahead. Let us know how your flesh feels. Let us know how you're separated from God and you are actually in hell crying out, crying for God to save you from this hell. Why did Jonah call the belly of the whale hell? Why? You know what you would say? You would say, if you were inside of a big old fish's belly, you'd cry out too. You're missing it, I'm telling you. You're missing it. In real life, yes, Jonah was inside of a fish's belly. Yes, 100%. I'm with you. So in real life, right, if a big fish swallowed me, of course it would be horrible. Let's not kid ourselves. But what I'm trying to tell you, spiritually, what this is telling us is the place that we call out from God is our belly. I'm telling you. The place of torment that just about every human, you are not unscathed from this. Everybody that has ever cried out physically with your body in tears, in torment, everybody that has done that has cried out from their belly for help. This is vital. This is huge to understand, that your physical belly is the same type of situation Jonah was going in. When Jonah left Joppa, that word Joppa means beautiful. When he left the presence of God, he was in his belly. He was in his flesh. Don't you understand? He was in his flesh. Leaving the presence of God is getting into your belly, right? Like the guy that came up here, I could tell he was ready to go and get in his belly for about 4 hours. He probably just woke up, had 4 cups of coffee. He was about to give me the business. And you can't give him a chance, I'm telling you. I seen it coming a mile away. As soon as he started talking, I was like, oh, this guy ain't going to want to stop. But you become a fool yourself if you entertain it, number one. Number two, you become a fool if you do that to somebody. Don't you understand? If you know that someone is coming to you from their belly and you get in your belly, don't you see what you're doing to the other person? You don't see that? You need to start seeing it, man. Instead of trying to defend yourself and listen, I always say this. If you want to go around in a circle or two, fine. Like me and this guy, I went around a circle or two and I was like, hey, guy, conversation's over. I know, trust me, I know it looks rude. It sounds rude. I'm telling you right now, to continue is rude. Don't be rude. Leave the person alone. If they don't agree, fine. We don't agree. Whatever, man. Whatever. But the problem is you don't understand spirit, soul, and body, sir, period. The end. That's the problem. So why are we going to sit here like animals, like we haven't eaten in 10 days, man? Come on, man. The Bible talks about horses and mules or donkeys not having understanding. We have understanding. We're not just mere animals. Animals don't pay rent. They don't go to work that we do. They don't know how to count money. Animals don't have understanding. And if an animal doesn't have understanding, that's how we're supposed to act, like we don't understand. Like you don't know that someone is disagreeing with you, and then you can kind of see why they disagree. Oh, so you don't understand spirit, soul, and body. So I understand why you disagree. But this ain't the time for me to teach you spirit, soul, and body. We're actually having a conversation here. No offense, conversation is over, man. I mean, it's not always going to come out nice and pretty that way, but that's pretty much what you're saying. Hey, let's not do this. Let's not do this. Like, I don't want to do this to you. You shouldn't want to do this to me. Let it go, man. You know, you can DM me and, we can have a discussion through there. And if we can't come into agreement on there, well, okay, have a good one. But the attitude that we have to keep arguing until you see my point, bro, that's not God. God is not arguing until you see his point, man. That's Satan. Satan's the one that argues until you see his point. And again, I say this all the time. All of us are going to fall in that area. But guys, there's got to be a point where you start start letting the other side win. Also, okay? You don't have to let your flesh win every time, dude. Bro, I got brothers. You going to sit here and tell me and my brothers don't get at it? Yeah, of course. 100%, bro. Absolutely. But I have learned that I need to let the other side win. And let me say this. When I say other side win, I'm not talking about the other person. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying your spirit. Let your spirit win sometimes. Okay? And then after a while, you'll see that it's actually more edifying to let the spirit win more often. You'll see it. You're like, wait a minute, man, that was actually quite profitable to me for me to shut that down. And then it happens again. And you're like, you know what? I kind of liked it more when I just told this person, hey, man, you know what? Let's just move on. And eventually you'll flip. Eventually you'll want to let the spirit have its way for no other reason than for peace. And that is living in peace. That's choosing peace, right? It's staying in Joppa. Don't leave Joppa. Don't leave the presence of God, as much as possible, just, as much as you can, teach yourself to stay in the spirit, right? That's why the Bible says to think soberly, stay sober. You get in your flesh, boy, you literally getting in your flesh is like getting high. Some people can't help it. They lie high. I'm telling you, getting in your belly it's like a drug, and you can get addicted to it. And that's where you want to live. You want to live in hell, and you don't even realize it. You don't even realize that these debates and arguing and yelling, it just keeps you in hell. Yes, hell. Separation from God is hell, my friend. When you're in the spirit, you're not separated from God because you're thinking soberly. You're thinking in the spirit. But when you get into your flesh, first of all, you can't cast out Satan with Satan anyway. So if Satan is coming against you and he's using someone's flesh to do so, you really think when you get in your flesh that you're going to cast out Satan? No. You're just going to feed it. That's all you're going to do. You're going to feed it. And now both of y'all left Joppa. Both of y'all left the presence of God. Both of you are in your belly. And then at the end of the day, you got to cry out to the Lord. You got to cry out to the Lord and say, Lord, I'm sorry. First of all, he's already forgiven you. But because you've been in your belly, you're automatically going to think you got to apologize to the whole world. Probably going to go outside and apologize to the lilies that you were acting so crazy. But God's already forgiven you. You just need to learn that, that when we get in our flesh, all you did was leave the presence of God. That's all you did. That's all you did. But in his mind, you're his and your spirit while you're being an idiot. I'm just getting straight to the point. While you're being an idiot, he's got you. He's got you. You're his. But it's your choice. You keep throwing yourself in hell every 30 seconds, and then you want to tell God to help you, not understanding the choice was yours the whole time. Satan didn't hop on your back and cause your day to be bad. No. You chose to leave Joppa. You chose. And then here we are once again crying out for help out of your belly. And you know what he does? He helps you every time. It's not based on how good or how bad. It's not based on that. It's based on is if you can recognize that he's in you. And then every day you're just learning how to stay sober. That's all you're doing. You're just learning. How do I stay sober? Oh, go ahead.
It's the story of the prodigal son. The father was sitting there waiting. He's just waiting for you to come back. He gonna run to you. It's the whole Bible. He tells us so many times. He tells us so many ways. We'd have to go over the whole Bible again, but it's exactly the prodigal son. And Jesse, you're not on mute, just so you know.
Oh, I didn't even know I was.
That's all right.
Yeah, even the scripture that Benny brought up a couple weeks ago, the Jeremiah one, where it's like, I think it was Jeremiah 3, where he's like, he divorces you, but he could divorce you, but he chose not to. And it's the same thing with the servant. Like, he chose to be your servant. You didn't choose him, so he's there. Mm-hmm. So it's like over and over and over and over again.
Over and over. He's trying to tell you over and over. So when you start seeing it more true that he's just waiting for you to come back, right? While you hop in your flesh and act like a complete maniac. and he's over here on the other side like, well, I guess I'll just be over here, And then you cry out, you're like, I'm sorry. And he's like, oh, my God, quit saying you're sorry for I've already saved you. You just keep choosing to go back over there, So your flesh is the separation.
The worst part, folks be like, oh, God, help me be more patient, help me be more this, help me be more that. And he's like, why cry out to me? I gave you all spiritual blessings.
Yeah. And that's the other side, right? How do you get someone to see that they're not supposed to be crying out? Like, it's not about you saying, Lord, please. It's not about that. He's already done it. You're the problem. That's the problem. You want to know what the problem is? You're the problem, not God. Now, God ain't the problem, I promise. You don't have to cry out for God. And listen, when I say every time you get in your flesh, you know, and you got to cry out to God, God, please help me. I'm not saying, I'm not saying that not everybody cries out to God. What I'm saying is it's the person that keeps choosing to get in their flesh. Do you understand? You don't have to call out to God. All you have to do is choose to be sober, which means go back in the spirit. That's what I'm saying. That's all you have to do.
So the next time we're in Joppa and somebody says, "Catch me outside," how about that? You'd be like, "Better not."
Yeah, that's exactly what you say, bro. Because when you are sober, and someone is literally saying, "Hey, catch me outside," how about that? You have to understand, like, okay, so let's picture Goliath again. Let's go over the story again. Let's spiritually eat some meat here. So Goliath, right? Goliath, he's outside of Israel. So I want you to picture Israel as you in your spirit. That's what I want you to picture. Israel is you in the spirit. Goliath is your flesh telling you to come out and play. I'm going to say it one more time. Israel is when you're in your spirit, right? You got your praise and worship music on. You're like, oh yeah. And then here comes Goliath. And he's like, hey, come out here and play. You better say, better not. I better not go out there. I better not go out there. In the story of David, right? Because he got called out, right? He got called out by Goliath. Goliath's name means exile. Goliath's name means exile, right? Because our flesh is the part that is exiled at this point still. We do not have a redeemed body. Our flesh is still exiled. It's not glorified, one with God. No, it is not. But Goliath calls for the champion to come out, and we know the champion was David. And it's not a coincidence that David's name means love, because God is love. It's not a coincidence that David was called a man after God's own heart. His name is love. It's not none of that's a coincidence. And love conquered exile, right? David defeated Goliath. Love, David's name means love. Goliath's name literally means exile. In English, if you don't understand what I mean, I'm saying the name Goliath is a Hebrew name. Guess what? If you haven't figured it out, you don't speak Hebrew more than likely. So don't you think it might help you if you understood the names in English? That might help you out a little bit. And if you still don't see it, I'm going to go over it anyway. So Goliath's name, when you read it in English, it means exile. So David, his name, when you read it in English, it means love. David defeated Goliath. We all know that. But when you say it in English, it's love conquered exile. Don't you understand? The part of us that was exiled from God, God conquered that. We are no longer 100% separated from God. Now the Spirit of God lives in our soul. The only part of us that is 100% separated from God is our flesh. It is 100% separated from Him. So when people don't understand spirit, soul, and body, and they're like, no, your body's the temple, your body's the temple. Yes, it is, okay? Because God is living in your soul, and your soul's living in your body. But when you don't understand the three, you're going to say things that are confusing because you don't fully understand. So is it proper to say that the Spirit lives in you, your body? Yes. But it's also has to be understood that your spirit lives in your soul, and your soul is in your body. It has to be understood, because if not, then you're not going to understand why Paul said there is nothing good in my flesh. You're not able to separate the two. Paul is saying that our flesh is enmity, 100%. It's enmity to God. And it's like in the other breath you hear, well, hold on, but our body's the temple. That don't make any sense. It don't make any sense, again, because you're not understanding we are a spirit, soul, and a body. You're not understanding. The Bible is not confusing. It's not contradicting itself. It's only confusing, and it only contradicts someone who reads the Bible one time. Hey, that's no different than reading instructions on how to put together your kid's playpen. This is not hard. You go get your kid's playpen, got like 500 parts and 50,000 bolts. After you put it together, you got like 14 pieces left, and you just go throw them in the trash, hope nobody notices. Come on, man. Stop playing games. Stop playing games. The truth is, you cannot fully understand. Let me tell you this. If you're a slow learner, then you're just that much more dumb, okay? Don't you understand that? You're just more, I shouldn't use the word dumb, ignorant. You're that much more ignorant to what's going on. This is so not hard. Somebody goes and reads the Bible one time. Oh, man, nah. And then you tell them to put together their kid's playpen. They don't even read the instructions. Man, slothiness, lazy. So basically, the Bible is confusing and hard to understand because you're lazy, period. That's what you're saying. That's the truth. But you go tell everybody else, oh, I'm a smart man. I should have figured out the Bible the first time I read it. Bro, stop being a fool. Stop going and telling people that because you haven't figured out anything in the Bible, just don't use the R. Oh, no, we're good, man. I'm with you, though. I could feel that choo-choo train coming. I'm not even gonna. Oh, yeah. What's up, bro? My bad.
The question is, how big of a fish do you think it would have to be to get you like Jonah?
to put me in a belly fish, like a fish's belly?
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna say it probably. I'm pretty sure a great white can do that, bro. I think a great white could swallow me, bro.
I think you're kind of wide, though. I don't think, you got broad shoulders. So I think it's still...
Nah, bro. This sucker, bro, their mouths are huge, bro. I'm talking about like a 20. I'm talking about a 20-footer, bro.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
A 20,
They're pretty
not
big,
a big one, a big great white. I don't think I need a whale.
I need a whale.
Oh, man, you need a sperm whale, brother.
Yeah, Bill. Y'all. Jaws. Yeah, bro. Jaws, that's all I need. Jaws swallow me up, boy.
Bill needs Orca.
Bill, you're so goofy, bro. Yeah. But
until people understand spirit, I'm telling you, try when you really understand spirit, soul, and body, that's when you kind of can understand how to move, and you can start recognizing immediately, this is belly, this is spirit, this is belly, this is spirit. Like all day long. Yeah, when I first got it, that's all day long. That's all I did. Belly, this is spirit, this is belly, this is spirit, this is belly, this is spirit. And that you make the correct choices according to the spirit. And obviously you're gonna make mistakes, like you said, but God is there He's already knows you're gonna make the mistake, and He already got you. Like you ain't gotta like sit there and beg God and do 50,000 Hail Marys because she can't help you no way. So at the end of the day, when you understand that, then you can go back and start looking at, okay, God is a spirit, soul, and body. So then you start looking at, the Old Testament. You say God says He has a spirit, He has a soul, and obviously He has a body. We know that much. But then usually people get stuck on the soul part. They say God can't have a soul, but He does. He literally said it Himself. So now you're calling Him a liar? He said He has a soul, but you're saying He doesn't. Aren't you amazing? So you're going to tell God what He is. He says He has a spirit, He has a soul, and He has a body. Then you start understanding that. Then you go into like other parts of the Old Testament. I think you start recognizing more, especially understanding Romans. I think that was super key too, Trot. Like understanding that Romans only has one verb that's a sin. All the rest of them are nouns. Then you start saying, okay, flesh, body, soul, spirit, what sin really is, where it came from, why the second Adam, like all these things start connecting. But until you understand spirit, soul, and body, I think that's really important to get that. Otherwise, you're just thinking you're walking around. I don't know what people think anymore, to be honest.
Dude, that Romans teaching was awesome. Honestly, that was a big eye opener.
Yeah, there's a handful of, I'm not kidding, like huge eye openers that if you don't see those few, man, dude, your understanding of the Bible, dude, it's either never going to get there and
it'll wreck your whole day. It'll wreck your whole day, bro.
I got a hilarious video.
The first 5 chapters of Romans is enough to wake anybody up. And then once you get into
he's
the
not
middle
talking
and
about,
verse,
yeah, but Big is not talking about the book of Romans, the first 5 chapters. He's not talking about that. He's talking about that when Paul uses the word sin, he's talking about sin, your spirit. He's not talking about breaking the law, sin.
Having an unalive spirit.
Exactly. That's what he's saying the whole time. But people keep thinking it's the flesh sin. They keep thinking it's that, you're sinning. Your flesh is sinning. That's why he keeps telling them. He keeps talking about the circumcised and the uncircumcised, because it's the physical and spiritual. But people don't want to see that we're no longer under the physical. We're now in the spiritual. And that's only something the Holy Spirit can reveal to people.
Hey, I wanted to show you guys a video of one of Flip's homeboys, man. Y'all ready for this?
Hold on. You're going to show a video, you said?
Yeah, Flip's homeboy. You ready?
Flip's homeboy?
Yeah, this Flip's gangster buddy. Give me a second. They were gangsters together. Hold on, let me a second.
They gang banging. They
were gang banging together, bro. Gang banging.
They were gang banging, man.
Real tough. Here you go. Watch this. Oh man, hold on.
I should have known. I knew the volume wasn't up, bro. I knew it.
It's good.
And take the sword of the Spirit, which is the sword of God. So put on the full armor of God, Jesus Christ. I love you.
Whoa, he going hard.
There you go.
Yo,
Flip.
CJ, you need to be taking notes from this guy, bro.
Yo, is that brother Alex? It look like brother Alex.
What's that song?
It's almost over. Watch.
What's that song?
Until he puts on the helmet of salvation. Watch. Hey.
There goes the enemy. Look, there goes the enemy. So we hold up the sword of truth, Jesus Christ. Shoot us back. I love y'all.
Jesus Christ.
My Lord have mercy.
Man, bro. Mike said
well, at least he's talking about Jesus Christ, at least. Right. Oh, my goodness gracious. Right. Well, homies.
belly crip walking.
Bobby said homies for Jesus.
Yeah. I think the ministry is called that, matter of fact.
Oh, y'all being serious. Oh, okay. My bad. Screw my laughter. I thought it was funny.
No. It is funny, though. It still is funny. Don't get it twisted. It is funny, but he be getting it in, man. I mean, I be cracking up because he just reminded me of Flip for some reason, bro. The gangbanger, they always talk about gang banging.
Yeah, y'all gang banging. We banging for Christ now, bruh.
What's up?
Oh, I didn't know you came up, bro. Bruh.
Hey, I've been in the shadows, man. I'm going.
Been in the shadows.
Oh man, I saw this other video. I was gonna ask you, bro. How do you say? You know those? I'm not gonna say the name. I'm gonna describe it. And I want you to say the name because if I say it, I don't want to.
Apollo.
No. You know those little candies that
Bonitos.
No. I'm just gonna say it, bro. I was watching this little kid. He was from Texas, bro. Obviously, and he was like, he was saying jelly beans, but the way he said it, bro, had me crying. Like I meant to send you that video, bro. I was like, yo, I bet you Trot was saying jelly beans like that as a kid, bro.
Well, you tell me how old he was, and I could probably figure out the way he said it.
He was about 3-4 years old, something like that. Young kid. Kid.
Yeah.
But he had a heavy.
It's probably Joey beans.
Yeah, it was something like that, bro.
That Joey bean. At the Joey bean. Yeah. If he's about 3-4 years old, it's Joey bean.
Oh man, he had me crying laughing, bro.
You got the video? You got the video?
Man, I'm gonna have to find it, bro. I'm gonna find it.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought you said you had it.
I tried. I think I was gonna send it to you that day, but I had already sent you like 2 videos. I don't like sending more than 2 videos in a day. Like some people send like 5, 6, 7 videos in one day, bro. You're like, dude, seriously? I'm not watching all these videos.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, he said Joey beans, and he was like,
Joey bean. Yeah, so you're about 3.
Thing. His mom was like, they're nasty. He was like, no, jelly beans he's like, they're sugar and they're great, like strawberries with sugar. And that's when I really started rolling, bro.
Is that what he says? Strawberry and sugar. Yeah, buddy. So about 3 to 5, you got Joey bean and you got spaghetti instead of spaghetti. Spaghetti. Yeah, buddy. Let's say jelly beans like Bill says coffee. Bill's funny, bro, because he's like, yeah, I'm making my coffee. Making my coffee is get that jelly bean. You know, them jelly beans and that coffee together. What, you got it pulled up?
Yeah, bro. Listen to this little skit.
All right.
Hold on, I'm gonna open up my camera for you so you can see him. He is funny, bro. His whole demeanor is hilarious to me.
Okay. Yeah, you don't even know what do you even know what a jelly bean is? Something nasty. No, it ain't. Oh, yes, it is. Emlyn, do you even know what a jelly bean is? Oh, I know you don't know what a jelly bean is. So what does a jelly bean even taste like? Sugar. Like sugar? Ooh, no wonder it's nasty. Sugar's nasty.
That sounds like pink.
You heard what he said, Trot?
And I know Tootsie Roll's good.
You heard what he said? He said sugar is good on the strawberries. Did you hear him?
He said jelly bean, and I know Tootsie Roll good too. Lost Trot. And you heard some crazy stuff early this morning, huh?
Hey, my bad.
Holy Spirit. Yeah, they be
I didn't get to hear it because Big started talking all of a sudden, bro. My bad. I had it on mute because I didn't want to make any noise. My Lord have mercy. Hey, play that again so I can hear it. I'm gonna go on mute so I don't ruin it for anybody. I don't hear nothing. Trey.
My bad. I didn't realize I was on mute.
Yeah, no, you're good. Just go to the last 10 seconds.
You don't even know what sugar. Like sugar. Ooh, no wonder it's nasty. Sugar's nasty. It ain't on strawberries and jelly beans. And I know
it ain't on strawberries, boy. Hey, that boy knows, boy. I'm telling you, boy, that was the bee's knees back in the day.
It ain't no good.
Did you see his face?
It ain't no good.
His face.
Yeah, buddy. Hey,
when Buddy was like, "Oh, your spirit, your flesh is one with God," I can see your face look just like that little boy. Like what?
I guarantee it, dude. Yeah, boy. I'm telling you, when somebody says something that truly doesn't make sense. I'm not talking about things that can be debated and no. If somebody says that dirt tastes better than strawberries, Bubba, that is like a 99.9% of people are going to disagree with that ridiculous statement. So when that lady said sugar's nasty, that boy's face was like, you are tripping. What? Oh, he said not all strawberries. And hey, boy, that boy knew what was going on.
He said not all strawberries
yeah,
and jelly beans. He said Tootsie
yeah,
Roll
not all, yeah. Sugar's not bad on strawberries and jelly beans. Boy, I tell you right here, right now. Oh, that's hilarious, dude. I'm telling you, I ain't kidding, bro. I tore that whole thing. I'm telling you, within a day or two, all that whole 20-foot roll of strawberries was gone, Bubba. I done tore them up. Man.
For the first time as an adult, when you tried that, I never did.
Dude, what now? You cut out, bro. You're cutting out.
Oh, my bad. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, what'd you say?
I said I never had strawberries and sugar until like you mentioned it, like a couple months ago or whatever. And when I tried it, I was like, yo.
Did you have the real regular sugar or the powdered sugar? It's better with the powdered sugar.
So as I was saying, when I tried it for the first time and I put it in that white sugar and I put it in my mouth and I was like, yo, this is so crazy. I had to literally give everybody in my family a strawberry with sugar on it. And my wife was like, my mom eats that all the time. What's wrong with you? Like, you never did that before? I was like, no, never.
Yeah, dude. No, you can do both. You can do powder. You can do powder and you can do the regular, granulated sugar. I just used the granulated one because it was easier to get to, because like the powder sugar is usually like in the pantry. And bro, being little, Bubba, I don't got time to go up to the pantry, figure out exactly where it's at, pull it down, open the bag. Bubba, we had sugar where all I had to do is pick.
I was about to say
and it makes more mess.
I was about to say that. I don't think I can do that.
Man, I'm telling you. On the counter, there's glass jars. You got one with flour, one with rice, one with beans, one with sugar. All I had to do was take that top up, and let me tell you, if y'all have y'all's kids listen to me, you might want to cover their ears. So, what I learned is once you dip it down in there, first of all, it is considered double, triple, quadruple dipping. We know we're not supposed to do that, but if you're not careful, that strawberry just will fall in there. And then whoever opens that deal next, you'll see like pink granulated little spots. I remember, boys, like, are you dipping them strawberries in that sugar again? I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, what is this? I'm like, man. I'm like, dang it. My bad. I was like, hey, you showed me that.
Hey, look, somebody in the comments, somebody in the live, like, I knew Trout was a liar. You see, he was lying as a kid.
Yeah. Oh, what? Bro, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. I'm telling you, you were born a liar. I don't care what you say. 100%.
You've always said that. If you find a kid that doesn't lie, he's not a kid.
Now, something's wrong. Something is wrong, man. Yeah, and then you tell the parents, show me. Where's this kid at that don't do things? And parents. Woo, man. The idea, this crazy mindset. You have to show a kid how to do things bad. Are you serious? Did someone have to show you how to do everything bad? I understand if you take a 12-year-old and you're like, come here, little John, I'm going to teach you how to steal a car. I get that. But you're sitting there telling me that someone had to show this person how to be dishonest. Man, you're being dishonest. That is the farthest sack of bull rocks that I've ever seen in my life. If you to believe that a kid has to be shown how to do something wrong. Oh my Lord. You tell a kid not to do something, 90% of them are going to go do exactly what you just told them not to do. Who had to show them that? Oh my Lord!
Yeah,
man.
I want to know. I want to know who taught my 1-year-old to look at me and then continue doing what I told him no to. I want to talk to that person.
Yeah, my Lord have mercy, man. Yeah, man. Guys, we got approximately 14 minutes. Anybody got anything to add or what's up, Senator?
Let me tell you this, bro. So Levi's starting to go to school now, right? So now I gotta watch
how's
him
that going?
Oh, he's doing good. He's doing good. His teachers love him. I mean, he is like the popular kid in school, man. Every time I pick him up, everybody's like, "Hey, Levi, hey, Levi." I'm like, I know you misbehaving in class. Remember, he got the
Yeah,
award in
yeah.
preschool for being a clown. Like he had the Snickers award for making everybody laugh. So that's his MO, right? He's a clown.
Oh
And
man.
so I'm watching them. And I'm like, seeing little behavior things and trying to snip it in the butt, and let him know, whatever. So he was playing rock, paper, scissors, shoot with his mom the other day. He said, "Mom, let's play rock, paper, scissors, shoot." And I'm like, he must have learned that in school, right? So they're playing, and it's like rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And he throws out the scissors, and she's the rock. And he goes like, "Oh, man." And then, they were playing 3 or 4 times, but he kept losing. Bro, they did rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And then the last one, he threw out his middle finger, bro.
No, he didn't, bro.
Yes, he
No,
did.
he didn't. What do you call it? What do you call it?
He didn't say nothing. He just started laughing. I was like, "Oh my God, bro!" And my wife was so mad at me because when I saw it, I started laughing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I started crying.
So somebody in school. So someone is. Hold on, bro. Hold on. So someone in school showed him that.
Obviously, because we don't throw up the middle finger in my house.
Oh my Lord, have mercy.
So
I'm gonna tell you. Hey,
because I was laughing.
I'm gonna tell you what
and I wasn't supposed to laugh, and then he got in trouble for not knowing what he was doing.
Oh my Lord, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah, buddy. But hey, we can't get into a rocket ship and just leave the world. We're here.
Oh,
with all the heathens. We're here.
Just got to teach him. My wife was like, that is not one of the signs in rock, paper, scissors, shoot. That is not how that works. You got to throw up 2 fingers for the scissors. I was sitting there crying, laughing, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he thought it was funny. So he really obviously doesn't understand what that is.
Hey,
so
Roddy's asking you if he knew what it meant.
Nah, he didn't. That's my whole point. He was laughing. He thought it was funny, and it's like, no, that's not like a secret move on rock, paper, scissors, shoot, bro. You don't know. That's not what we do.
Yeah, if out of all the secret moves, it's not that one.
Oh, remember when we used to play like thumb wars? You'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare thumb war.
Yeah.
And they'd be like tag team, and they grab like their index finger and hold your thumb down, and then use 2 fingers. That's cheating.
Yeah, tag team. Yeah, what you do is you hurry up and use. Your index finger, bring him down, and you go, "What? I can't help it that my guy, came in the ring before your guy. I can't help that."
Right.
It's like, hey, my guy came in the ring before your guy, man. You can't tell me that your guy was not yelling at the other guy that he wanted to come in, bro. I'm sorry, your guy's deaf. And,
luckily,
and the other one,
luckily I have pretty big hands, so tag team normally didn't really work on me unless you had like bigger hands than me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would have figured out a game to beat you at, though. I wouldn't have played you on that anyway. I'd have played. You know what I'd have played? Hey, you know what? Hey, if I listen, I'm telling you, bro. When I had games at my party, I would have games that I knew I could beat everybody at. I'm like, okay, I can't play that game with him. I can't. So the game that I would play specifically for you would be Limbo. I'd win every time.
Oh yeah, no, I can't do Limbo, bro.
I win every time.
Not at all.
At my house, bro, with tall friends, we didn't play basketball. Nah, you ain't beat me at something at my house. We're going to play horseshoes. We'll see how good you are then. We'll see how good you are then. Every man for himself at horseshoes, Bubba. We ain't playing tall games at my house. We're playing short games. You better be good at squatting.
See, I was slick, especially like in church games and stuff like that. I always play, like, we play football a lot. So I'm like, I'm all-time quarterback. So regardless, I'm going to win. One way or another, I'm going to win.
Yeah, all-time quarterback. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Heck yeah, dude. Hey, I'll tell you, we play paper, rock, scissors, bro. I would win every other game because I throw Superman in there. You ever seen the Superman in paper, rock, scissors?
I don't think I've seen that one, bro. That's a new one to me.
So when you go to shoot, all you're doing is you're sticking out your index finger and middle finger. All you're doing is sticking both of them out, and you're just going real slow over your hand, shaking like you're flying. Shh, and you say Superman. Oh, hold on a second.
Uh-oh. You guys ever heard of Superman? I don't think I ever heard of that.
Yeah, Superman.
Maybe that's what Levi was doing, Superman.
No,
well, you said he only had one finger up though, bro.
Yeah, but he's still
Hey,
kind
look
of
it up.
little, so
Hey,
his
hey, look it up.
coordination
See
isn't
if you.
amazing.
Hey, see if you can see someone doing the Superman on Look it
Let
up
me
real
see.
quick, bro. I'm gonna put you
Let me
on the
see.
big screen. Hold on.
Well, let me see if I find it first.
Anybody ever give me the finger, I always tell them, yeah, bro, I know I'm number one.
Yeah. He's like, thank you. I appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that.
All right, let me see. Superman. 2 ways to play rock paper scissors shoot.
Or just put paper rock scissors Superman. Just put
That's
that.
that's
I'm sure.
literally what I
Well,
put.
okay. Oh, you couldn't find it? Wow, that's weird.
No,
I know I didn't create it.
I think
Nah,
you
I didn't
did,
create
bro.
that one.
I think you did, bro.
Nah,
Trump's the
bro,
only
there
one
ain't
that
no
does that.
way, bro.
Anybody ever heard of Superman or rock paper scissors shoot? Like real talk. Like I'm not trying to be funny because I've never heard of it. I'm trying
Yeah,
to find it.
I've heard this.
Well,
Yeah.
There's a secret trick to winning the game.
I never heard of it.
And as someone who does magic, I always like to know the secrets. Apparently, he will give you the ability to beat your opponent.
A secret
That's
thing.
not it.
You don't have to lose rock, paper, scissors ever again. Here's the secret. Just as you're about to start the game, ask your opponent a question. What's your favorite color? This is meant to distract them. Right after asking the question, start the game, and they will most likely choose scissors. Today, I'm taking this to the test. And if I win, he has to tell me.
What?
Oh, my Lord.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Sounds like you're listening
Oh
on
my god.
debates during
Yeah,
work.
it's a whole.
I'm trying to.
All right,
I
hold
don't
on.
see
Let me
it,
see
bro.
if I can find it.
It's a whole
I
tutorial.
put rock paper scissors.
Bro, you're
shoot
telling me I'm the
Superman.
only. Let me see, man. There's no way, bro. Because at my school, I'm the first one that like did it, bro. Everybody started doing Superman. I thought maybe it was a thing. There's no way, dude.
Bro, you're the only one, bro. You made this up.
No, there's no way. Hold
You
on.
made it
So
up.
who told you about it though? Who told you about it?
Oh, who told
Nobody.
you?
I did it because Superman, dude. I did it because nothing's gonna beat Superman, bro. Do you understand? He's a man of steel.
So you made this up.
So you made it up.
Okay, well,
So you can win a game.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying. Listen, I'm not saying that I'm not the founder or creator. I'm saying surely someone else has tried it, bro. That's what I'm saying.
So try's like I invented this, so the whole world should know about this by now.
No, I'm saying it's a no-brainer. Like you're gonna tell me that nobody else thought to say Superman, bro. First of all, no paper, rock, or scissors is gonna hurt Superman, bro. Like it's so simple. Like the concept is so easy. You're gonna tell me that nobody else thought of that? Oh my Lord, have mercy. What are we coming to in this world?
Yeah, but what if the rock is kryptonite?
Oh my Lord.
Okay, well, no, that's what people started doing. They would say kryptonite, hoping that I would say Superman. Sometimes they did, and I'd have to lose. But you'd have to say kryptonite, bro. Like, so you have rock, and kryptonite is your thumb inside the rock, bro. That's kryptonite. Anyway, whatever. Let me see.
Oh my gosh. See, you got me down a rabbit hole on YouTube. Bro, Benny, if you saw this man, he just put like 30 donuts together, bro, and then like squeezed them all down together. And now he's frying them after he put batter on them. I mean, this is ridiculous. I would totally try that.
Petrified trees in the vertical position are found all over the planet. I'll just flash this.
Well, that is not what I typed in.
I know that voice. That man. Now that man right there, how you think? He was talking about the pyramid.
Yeah, but that was TikTok, and I'm trying to. I found a video. I don't know.
Dude, that's insane.
Benny's theme music in the background.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, so there's another people going. The video's maybe a minute long. So basically, if you lose, you have to stick your face in, I don't know what this is, flour or... Hold on. Hurry up. People are stupid. All right, they're going to go again.
Bro, I found a video. This is something you would have did as a kid for sure.
What?
I have to show you, this kid is insane, bro. Something's wrong with this shit.
It might be flour. I don't know what they're sticking their face in.
Look, bro, look at this kid. Look how high he's flying. Look.
Oh, absolutely, Bubba.
Bro,
I used to jump
he
off.
broke the world
I used to
record,
jump.
bro. He broke the
Bubba.
world
I used to
record.
jump. I used to jump off my house onto the trampoline, dude.
This is insane, bro. This is next
Heck
level,
yeah.
though, bro. Like, this guy's like, he's got to be like 6, 7 stories above the ground. Look at this.
Yeah, that is really high. That is awesome.
Heck no,
How
bro.
old? How old are these? Are they teenagers or what?
Yeah, they're teenagers. He broke the world record, bro. He did 9
By
flips,
how much?
world record. I don't know.
Oh, flips. Okay, not so he didn't break the record in height. He broke the world record in how many flips?
Yeah, one jump. Dude, he looks like a crab up there. It's insane.
Yeah, he's definitely flying. All right, I think they're going one more time. What is taking so long, you goofballs? Come on.
What are you talking about?
All right, never mind. All right, I can't find. Now you're gonna make, dude. Now I'm gonna go on a spree trying to find if anybody else does the Superman.
Let me ask you a question, Trot.
Hey,
you probably watch NASCAR, don't you? You from Texas?
I used to a lot. I haven't watched it in a couple of years. So,
I see. Never mind. I think I answered my own question. I'm watching these guys change tires, and I'm like, how does he already have the nut on there? But they're kind of already on the tire. I see.
Oh,
it's incredible, bro.
NASCAR.
NASCAR.
Yeah, I can't watch no NASCAR, bro. I can't watch a car go around in circles 50 million times.
Dude, no, it's you got to get you just have to get used to it as a thing, bro. Like if you go, let me tell you this, if you go to one in person, bro, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're sitting in the sun, bro, wake up. Nobody likes to just sit in the sun not doing anything. The people you see that go up there and they just sit in the sun all day, Bubba, it's already a thing for them. So you don't start off like that. The weather's got to be decent. Can't be freaking 150 degrees.
A good bit of them are drinking too there, Trot.
Well, but the point is, the drinking thing is that doesn't matter. There's people that tailgate at football games, but they don't even want to go watch the game. They would rather tailgate and get drunk back there. That's their thing. That's what they want to do. So,
well, I mean, I've been to like a Formula One track. They had one that was amazing, bro. But that's not like circles. That's like several turns. There's a track down the street from my house. I like to take my motorcycle out there. I'll go on the track on my motorcycle. I like that stuff. But just like going in one big circle, nah, dog, I'm good. I'm straight.
I've been to the Indianapolis 500.
Yeah. Stuff like that is amazing, bro. That's like crazy speeds and it's like, left and right turns, not just all left turns.
Yeah, Formula One is pretty cool. I've been to them.
Oh yeah, it's amazing, and the sounds are crazy, bro.
I like the dirt track racing, sprint cars.
Hey, I forgot about this. I totally forgot about this one. Are y'all ready? Real quick, and then we'll go. We'll go. So this is. Have you ever seen the show Friends?
Say again now.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen the show Friends?
Yeah.
Well, that ain't worth a darn.
You got to turn it around, and you got to take off the filter. You got to take off the green screen. Yeah, so you got it facing you still.
Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
All right, check it out.
Rock, paper, scissors, and whoever loses goes in first. Okay, ready? What is that? That's fire. Beats everything. Water balloon. Well played, Phoebe.
She said, "Does it beat water?" All right, hold on. All right, I can't find it, but I'm gonna find somebody doing. It's got to be somewhere. Anyhow, anybody got anything to say before we bounce?
I'm good, bro. God bless y'all.
No,
That's
yeah.
it.
God
All right,
bless. Have a
guys.
good
God
day.
bless. See you in the
Oh my
morning.
God, bro! Have you seen
God
the
bless.
12
Take
gauge
care.
pistol?
What?
Shot? Have you seen
A
a 12
12-gauge
gauge
pistol?
pistol? That's
Yeah.
ridiculous, bro. That's
Yeah. No,
crazy. Why would you
they
shoot
are
that?
ridiculous.
No way, bro. No way.
All
All right, what's up?
right. All right. Later.